Hi everybody, it's Anna. It's Movie Monday, and today we are talking about Wonder Woman. So, bear with me on this one because I know that some people are going to find what I say accurate. Other people are not going to like what I have to say about this. I will be the first one to admit that when originally Gal Gadot was announced as Wonder Woman, I was one of those people that was like the chick from the Fast and Furious. I wasn't jumping up and down going, woo, yay, as excited as I am about Brie Larson playing Captain Marvel. But I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe she'll, weigh more than 55 pounds and, she'll look like Wonder Woman. They can make it work. So I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Then I saw her in Batman vs. Superman, which, by the way, if you have not seen the Ultimate Edition of, it's much better. It's not an A, but it's better. So at least give yourself that. And I thought, okay, all right, she's pulling this off. This is working. I can do this with her. So I was excited about the Wonder Woman film because this is really one of the first times we're really getting one of the major superheroes, female superheroes, in her solo film. So I wanted this to work bad. Because then maybe it'll prove to the studios that a female-led superhero film will make money. Please make more of them. The guys aren't the only ones that are awesome. However, when I heard about Chris Pine, same thing, going back here, amazing. Love Chris Pine. He always makes me smile. He's fun. So when the film started, and we get to meet her mother and all the Amazons, I'm like, yes, awesome, great. This is what I want. This looks beautiful. But as the film progressed, we added some characters we didn't need. We really didn't need all of Chris Pine's buddies. To some extent, they kind of drug it down a little bit. It needed to be more about her. I don't know how to say this nicely. I know that we had a female director in Patty Jenkins, which also made me very, 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 very excited to see a female director doing a female superhero. However, when you watch the movie, all I saw was Zack Snyder. It had a very Zack Snyder feel, which is not necessarily bad. I actually like Watchmen. I know not a lot of people do. I like Sucker Punch. Again, not a lot of people do. But I could feel the Snyder. It was everywhere. He Snydered all over that film. And I don't know if this was Patty's attempt to keep Wonder Woman in the same mix as your Batman v Superman and your Man of Steel. The same feel, the same look. But I didn't think it was necessary. I don't know if this was, again, this could have been Snyder having his hands in it and saying, you're going to do it this way. But I can't say that for certain. But that's how it either felt. It either felt like she was trying to appease Zack Snyder or Zack Snyder was calling the shots. And either way, I'm not really happy about that. We didn't need as much slow-mo action as we got. And I don't think that you have to live within the parameters of a previous film in a collection like this, and they have to have the same feel. Marvel has been jumping around like crazy. You're not going to get the same feel from the original Thor that you're going to get from Thor Ragnarok. You're just not. You can tell by looking at them. Guardians of the Galaxy is nothing in terms of story and all that like Captain America, the First Avenger. Yet they're all part of one big story. And they have a cohesive feel without looking the same. And I think that's the issue here, is it tried to look so much like Batman versus Superman and Man of Steel, and it just didn't need to. She's a very different character. And I think putting her kind of in a Snyderverse just wasn't necessary. Now, that being said, good story. Pacing was a little off sometimes, but it was a good story, and she is a great character, and Gal Gadot honestly does an amazing job. She really does. I was really happy with what she did with the character. But at the same time, I don't think that it did her as much justice as it should have. Now, a lot of other critics would disagree with me. They would say, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing. And to some extent, there's a little piece of me that thinks they're afraid to criticize it, because it is the first female-led superhero film of this caliber. And they're afraid that if they say they don't like something about it, everyone will just come back and say, well, you just don't like it because it's female led. Okay, maybe there are some that feel that way. But personally, looking at it objectively as a film, and even as a woman, I wanted more. Still good. Still will rewatch a billion times probably, but it had its flaws that a lot of people I think are afraid to mention because they don't want to look like they're beating it down because it's female led or it's female directed. But I think that's part of the problem is that we shouldn't be afraid to criticize it the same way we would criticize, or we did criticize, Batman versus Superman. I think the Snyderverse here we've got going on is maybe not the right look. It's so dark. It's so dark. And when I've seen the trailers for Justice League, I'm feeling the same thing. I know they're trying to avoid the Marvel happy-go-lucky, but it's almost too much of a drag. And it needs to be stepped up a little bit. Now, again, I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong on this. Okay, don't quote me here that I'm 100% right here. But I think that trying to make Wonder Woman fit in with this darker Batman and this darker Superman is just not necessary. She is a more optimistic character from the beginning, and they do show that. But I don't want to see her turn negative either. So I think the thing about Wonder Woman is you have to realize that this is still a Zack Snyder film. It just is. And that's what you're going to get. Costume's beautiful. Performances are great. Story is solid. Pacing's a little off. And I think going forward, they can do a lot more for her than they did in this film. So with that being said, I'm going 4 just because of the pacing and my disdain for the Snyder having his hands all over it. And again, I love Snyder, but no, take your hands off. Let Patty do her thing. So we're going 4 glasses of wine for Wonder Woman. Still a great film. I still hope that its box office success means we are going to see more and more female-led superhero films going forward. I'm really looking forward to Captain Marvel. I think that's going to be really good. At least that's my hope. It better be. And that DC gives Wonder Woman her proper place, which is at the top. So I will see you guys on Friday when we discuss Dunkirk. So until then, leave me your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Tell me your thoughts on Wonder Woman and the Snyderverse. As well as give me some suggestions of films you think I need to watch, or films or television series. I need some of those. I'm low on my Netflix binging. So let me know what you think. Give me your suggestions. Let's talk about this. Let me know in the comments. And I will see you guys on Friday when we talk about Dunkirk.